The Jason Ellis Show.
I don't know. I think we've all done dumb stuff when we've been in an argument in a
Name
car.
one dumb thing I've done.
Can't think of anything.
Thank you.
The Jason Ellis Show.
Will's news.
Tropical storm Barry is
I hate him.
bearing down on the Gulf of
Wait, his
Mexico.
name's Barry?
Barry.
Barry?
Barry. B-A. I can't talk.
Yeah,
I
that's
say
tough.
Barry for everything. I eat a strawberry. Hey, there's a guy named Barry.
Yeah, so Barry's bad?
Well, probably.
Name a good Barry, really.
Barry Zawitsky, he had a big mustache. Still alive, I think, but he used to ice me whenever I was hurt in the middle of the night. Not gay at
Manilow.
all.
Barry Manilow. One voice.
Yes, I have,
Singing in the
mixed emotions about Barry Manilow.
Mm. Well, this one is going to probably dump a whole bunch of rain on Louisiana. which
Rain's
is
good, though, right? It feeds the
Not
earth.
necessarily for New Orleans,
It's good when we get
Because
it.
they have too much water already?
because they're below sea level.
I don't know if you remember that whole Katrina fiasco.
Oh, man, Barry, Katrina. Man, can people stop visiting them with bad stuff?
People down in New Orleans have been posting pictures of empty shelves in Walmart where water and bread and batteries used to be.
Oh, no.
It's not a hurricane yet, but it could be significant because New Orleans could get hit with heavy rainfall consistently for 48 hours. And they also expect it to be a slow mover or maybe a sit-and spinner.
Yeah.
I like the sit and spins.
Not this
Me too.
one. You don't want it to sit and spin.
I fucking love sit and spin.
Me too.
But I have friends who live in New Orleans, and naturally they are very concerned about their homes, etc.
Yeah. No,
Why don't they get floaty homes?
Like Venice.
Wait,
No,
Venice
no.
has floaty homes?
well,
They have stuff that floats, right?
Why doesn't everybody leave that place and
Because
move?
it's awesome.
Because it's their home. And
But
also,
how's it awesome if
It
it's
is awesome.
underwater? What
Hey,
are you, fucking
I
Aquaman?
love that city. That's one of my favorite cities.
But if it's
Mine too.
underwater, how is it favorite?
It's not underwater right this moment.
Well, then what are you bitching about?
Well,
I'm
that's
not
like saying
bitching
we
about
should all move
anything.
out of L.A. because there's earthquakes sometimes.
Yeah, there's something bad about
Yeah,
everywhere.
but the store's got bread in there.
Yeah, right now, if there's a giant earthquake, there might not be bread in the store.
There's something bad about everywhere, but the bad thing about some places is worse than the bad thing about other places.
Sure. Yeah, it's all relative, man. But I love New
That's not
Orleans.
really.
People don't want to leave their homes. Of course they don't. If you were born and raised somewhere and you love that place, you do not want to leave that place.
Fuck off.
Now,
It's just where you were standing.
if you
fucking walk
if you
off.
live on an island that is attacked by monsters every 30 minutes, maybe you want to consider moving. But the fact that a hurricane is going to come in sometimes and cause flooding, I mean, Houston, Texas would be gone if nobody lived in Houston, Texas.
What
it
about-
floods there all the time?
What about if monsters attack once every 10 years?
That might be acceptable.
Does that mean if monsters attack every 10 years, that there's no earthquakes and any floods anymore? It's only
Just
every 10
monsters.
years monsters?
Yeah, but they're
What
not
sort of
reliable.
monsters are we talking about?
All
Godzillas,
kinds. All of
ghoulies,
them.
beasties.
All of them.
Yeah, werewolves.
That's what
everything.
monsters do.
Yeah, and also they don't attack exactly every 10 years. It just averages out to every 10
Right,
years.
right.
So it could attack you a year from now, but also it might wait 20 years. Who knows?
Yeah, Godzilla is basically exactly what we're talking about. Godzilla tends
Yeah.
to show up on average once every 10 years and just level the fucking place. But maybe not your building. He might incinerate your
Yeah.
neighbors, but you might be okay. It's luck of the draw.
Yeah, everybody's not going to leave Japan.
And bigger
I would. I'd move out of Tokyo if Godzilla showed up
yeah,
every 10
that
years.
is you. Other people feel more connected.
Yeah, you pussy, Michael. You're scared of a little fucking
Well-
giant dinosaur breathing fire on your house.
As somebody who's watched the good parts of Shin Godzilla, the 2016 Japanese Godzilla movie,
I like that one.
15 times a day for the last 2 months.
God.
Yeah,
that's a bit much.
Maybe it's a little bit fresher in my mind exactly the kind of damage Godzilla can do.
He's
Oh, yeah,
pretty
Shin-
devastating.
Shin Godzilla fucks stuff up.
Yeah, dude.
So even when he's born as like a weird little caterpillar monster with gigantic bulging googly eyes.
Yeah.
And even larva Godzilla fucks a lot of
Wait,
stuff.
wait,
Every now and again, instead of going around a building, he just decides to go up and over one, and just boom, down comes the building.
Wait,
and he's not even warmed up.
that's not the Godzilla where he's a baby and he's got a little boyfriend and they go hang out together
No,
and
no,
stuff?
no.
Wait,
It's not
is-
one of the cheesy ones.
Is he fast?
No,
So
super
if he
slow.
came to the building, you could get out?
You can get away.
Oh, well, then fucking he's all right. I'll live there.
Well, if you're traveling by
I'm
air
renting.
soon, you may be shit out of luck. But
Don't fly American. I mean, it's my opinion.
between most of them are offering waivers. So if you're flying today
Yeah.
through like Sunday,
No, if you're going on a vacation, they'll give you a waiver where you don't get to go on vacation.
No. Airlines will give you a waiver saying, hey, you can book another flight at no charge because airlines are going to be fucked up over the next few days because of the storm. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Still don't fly
But,
American.
yeah, well, speaking of which, I had troubles flying
You fuck me, I fuck you.
back
That's
to
right.
Los Angeles. And then my kid had trouble flying back to Los Angeles last night.
That's why you need those little pod things. Say, fly your kid home.
Mhm. Everybody should get a pod.
Put him in a pod.
We're going to play a little round of What Did This Man Do?
Yay.
Let's start off with contestant number
Yeah.
one. Describe this man.
Is one of the best rappers of our time.
He fell asleep at 47 frat parties.
He's got a lot of markings on his face
Yeah,
and a receding mullet.
Yeah, it's the
Oh, I didn't
coolest-
even make it to the mullet. I was
He
too
is?
distracted
Oh, really?
by all the shit on his face.
I'd
It's
say
the
he's
coolest haircut ever.
the CEO of. He's the face of the sexy new look of the hair club for men.
He's the guy that brought back
So
Jenko.
he has writing all around his face. Is that real tattoo?
Says, never take my soul on his cheek.
It just says he has writing over everything, and it's a giant forehead, and it's shaved, and he has a bushel
Truth before dishonor
of
on his
mullet
head.
on
Ooh.
the back of his head.
Yeah, he's got a
Never seen
mullet
that one
that
before.
starts pretty much if you drew a straight line from his ears up to the top of his head, it would be a little bit behind that point.
It's a little bit of a Friar Tuck.
That's
He's
where
the
it
maddest
starts.
man I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got a bit of a mustache on one side,
Oh, does he?
like the villain who will tie you to train tracks.
But it's not. It's tattoo.
It's tattoo.
There's more tattoo on the other side that makes less sense.
I think somebody Dirty Sanchez to him, and he decided to own it to where he's like, not only am I not embarrassed
I'll
by that, I'm
tattoo
going to tattoo
over
your
it.
Dirty Sanchez
Wow.
there
I'm going to
forever.
tattoo shit on me permanently.
Well, this man
Yeah.
Didn't even clean it up before he got the tattoo.
No. He got an infection from it.
He ate a flock of geese.
he is on the
Right?
run.
I mean, he ate a dog while it was still alive,
No.
and the owner was trying to get it away.
No, he is on the run after allegedly
I bet he
Raping a
runs.
bicycle.
I bet he runs fast.
swiping sex toys from a store in Australia.
How do you know? I knew he was Australian. I
Yeah.
knew it. I know that guy.
Yeah, just look at him.
I know him. That's Bazza.
Police say
We'll take some of those beads.
a person who looks almost exactly like this.
How
is
do you not
also
see him coming? Do you know what I
responsible-
mean? If you work a store and he walks in, how are you? You can do the best. I'm not paying attention to that guy face that you can. Anybody poke a. You're fucking watching him the whole time. You would never take your eye. That guy is it's a
No.
jail maniac.
Yeah, any
He's on the loose,
any-
basically.
Yeah,
if he walks into any room that I'm in, business or otherwise, I take out my phone and I dial 9 and
Yeah.
1.
yeah.
Man, that's
Yeah.
an educated man. I didn't think of that. I would have been like, man, that guy's way smarter than me. I wish my phone already had 9 and 1 in it as well. Because that guy's about to do such a bad thing.
No, this
That's
guy.
insane.
This guy-
Like, who the fuck, when he was like, hey, man, fucking pay your death and decide. I'm not tattooing your head. I have a job, man. Like, I don't want to know you. You're going to rob me.
This is a guy who, before he committed any crime, was already on the loose. You know?
Yeah. Like,
Well, police say
how do they do it?
this guy's identical twin is also responsible for a string of other robberies and
Wait,
burglaries
this guy-
since mid-June.
Wait,
Does
he
he have
has
a
a
bunch of
guy that
crazy
has
shit
as
on his
many
face?
tattoos. It's the same haircut?
Yeah, it's him. They're just not saying it's him, but they're saying somebody who looks just like this guy. So he's accused of asking a worker at an Oxenford sex shop to inspect some adult toys and then running away with $500 worth of sex toys.
How would you give him a sex toy?
He-
I mean, I guess you're probably scared for your
Yeah,
life,
Yeah.
so you don't want to say no, but I mean,
At
you
le-
know
at
he's
least it means
stealing it.
He's not having sex with people for the next hour.
$500.
I know. The more toys, give him all the toys we can.
Yeah.
Because, good point.
Yeah,
Put him
just-
in a room with all the sex toys that he can handle and some water and just let it.
Now,
Yeah,
Right
pardon him and let's chalk this up as a wash.
this
Like-
this This has Bogan written all over it.
Yeah, that's an insult to Bogan. He's gone too far.
He's also suspected in the theft of 2 cars, stealing a mobile phone, and 2 sour gecko lollipops from a convenience store.
Okay, I've heard more than I need to hear. I've pitched this idea in any number of forms over the years. What
Right.
about this? This is the most modest form I can come up with. What if they just have an island that has completely lawless, no rules whatsoever, maybe some basic electricity,
Call it Australia.
and they don't
Oh, what? Sorry.
and they don't force you to go there. You just say, look, you're going to jail for, I don't know if it's going to be 6 years, 60 years. You're going to jail. Or you can just fuck off to this island and you guys do whatever the fuck you want over there. What's the problem?
No,
Completely voluntary.
We've heard that most of the people there have figured out how to make weapons, and they're all hunting and gathering, and it's a community. So if you want to go out there, and best of luck. Maybe what about if it just turns into every time they drop them off, these other people have got it so figured out, all they do is just kill them
and eat them.
Yeah.
No, that's
So
why
what?
you just parachute people in. You don't pull up in
like Predator 3.
Yeah,
That was great.
fucking love that movie.
I know.
It
I
kicks
can't
so
believe-
much ass.
Adrian Broner is such a tool or whatever he is, but I like that movie.
Awesome.
Criminal number 2, and what did this man do?
Yeah.
There you go. What
He
did that
stole a
person do?
church.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually. Can you describe this man, please, for the
He
audience?
looks like a little bitch cracker ass that's about to cry for his mama because the police caught him.
Oh, I know what he is.
Oh, he looks like, what's the
He's-
guy that flew a plane into a cliff that was a good country singer?
John Denver.
He looks like John Denver's son.
This
with,
guy
with
goes.
makeup on.
Does he have makeup on?
It looks like it.
I think he is a Quaker, and you know when they do that
What's a-
thing when you're 16 and or Amish, Quaker or Amish, and you get that freebie where they're like, "Hey, you're 16, go out and live a little bit, taste the world, and see if you really want to commit to this."
Yeah.
He went too far.
Oh,
He
yeah,
might
yeah.
have.
He fucked a horse.
Yes.
No, I think this guy just fucks shoes. I think he goes to shoe stores and fucks all the shoes.
I don't think there's anything
think
wrong
he-
with that.
I
I'm
think
actually
he-
okay with wearing a pair of shoes that somebody
Oh,
fucked.
come on. People are spitting in the Mountain Dews, and this
I-
guy's
my
fucking
foot
shoes.
don't jizz in it.
No, he jizzes in them. I think he smells.
Oh.
He smells
Oh,
one.
yeah.
He smells one while he fucks the other.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
You're all could be right. I mean, that you described him perfectly, but this is a Bathman. He is a Maine man. He's from Bath, Maine.
What does that mean?
Try to digest what he's done here. I'll read it slowly so you can think about this as it's happening.
Ugh.
He waited hours and hours for a distant relative to arrive at a horse barn. Then, when she did, he attempted to kill her by shooting her and wounding her,
May I ask you?
and then beating her up with the butt of a gun. Because he says at that time, he believed that his relatives were mistreating his great-grandmother, so he had to attack them.
Wow.
Was he acquainted with this distant relative or not?
It didn't seem like they knew each other well or anything.
Oh.
Who gets overpowered by that wuss?
Well, he had a gun. Did you hear where he shot the person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Wait.
still a wuss.
Wait, so if you're a wuss and I shoot you, you think you could retaliate?
I feel like I could juke him. If he's pointing a gun at me, I'd be like, "Oh, oh, eh," and then just kick him in the nuts.
I hate that we
Down
can
he
no longer
goes.
call bullshit on you since you're the American Ninja Warrior.
Yeah,
Yep. You
that's
guys all have to
true.
eat my ass.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, shit. He probably could get out of the way
Yeah,
of bullets.
Well, this guy was
If
arrested.
a tough guy pulls a gun on him, he's fucked. But if a wimp, he'll juke and jive.
This guy was
I could fight an armed
arrested
wuss.
on Monday morning after he led state troopers on a chase that ended when he crashed trying to make it through a chicane on the streets. By the way, this guy is a former executive committee secretary for the Libertarian Party of Maine who campaigned but failed to be elected into the House of Representatives.
This
looks
little
like a-
wuss boy?
He looks like a pussy.
Hmm.
He looks like a punk.
Then let's go to What Did This Man Do? Part 3!
Sold steroids.
I think Jason is going to guess this when I give him the clue.
Alright.
Fuck something.
Here's your clue, Jason.
He danced at gay strip clubs and tried to pass himself off as Ken Shamrock.
Jason? Jason, here's your clue. Look at the man's shirt. Now, what did he do?
He tried to kill
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's got a Captain America
No.
shirt.
he tried to sell kettlebells? I don't know, man.
Oh, sorry, Jason. I really thought you were going to get this one. He was charged after he allegedly
Dated my wife.
struck 2 people in the head with a hammer.
Why would I guess that?
Because
Yeah, he's not wearing a Thor shirt.
I know, but I thought Jason would see that shirt, go, superhero Thor hammer.
I gotta tell you, wearing a cartoon shirt when you've got really crazy jail tattoos softens you up.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
does.
I feel like maybe you're not such a bad guy anymore because you like Captain America, the fake cartoon magazine.
See, I see that, and I see a guy who had to run into a Target real quickly and get a shirt because his other one was covered in blood.
Right.
He's charged with 2 counts of aggravated malicious wounding.
They survived.
Cool sounding. Yeah.
Wow.
He apparently just walked into the next room, went and got his hammer, came back into the living room, bonk right in the head on these 2 people that were there.
He seems like a violent man.
Yeah, I don't want him to bonk me in the head with a hammer.
Yeah.
We're almost done with this. What did this person do? Number 4.
Whoa. Man, that haircut is...
Pretty severe. So she's a lady who has the thing where
She is. You guessed it.
you shave the one side up to like kind of a side part, so
Yeah,
you could
and
probably
and
flip
you-
it over, and
yeah,
you might
and-
not notice it at first, but then she can flip it back up, and you're like, no way, she's badass.
She's
Have her.
You
hard.
can't do it if you're not hard.
No, it's true.
It's a bad idea. Now you're just attracting attention to your turd head.
She stole 12 bottles of Tylenol PM.
And she beat up like the 7-Eleven guy, or she beat it. She just looks like she beats up ladies.
She got caught eating turds out of a porta potty.
She didn't eat shit. She stole something and then she beat somebody up. for it.
Broadcasting toddler fights on Instagram
Yeah.
from
That's smart.
from a daycare center.
Right. From the smokinggun.com,
She sold puppies.
this Florida woman allegedly grabbed a kitchen knife and slashed her live-in boyfriend multiple times in the arm and on the shoulder,
Told you.
and headbutted and punched him in the face.
Super violent. I can see it. She's super violent.
The motive is the important part. A sheriff's deputy reported that this woman and the 36-year-old victim, quote, got into a verbal argument over the defendant wanting to have sex, and the victim did not because he was too tired.
And she was hideous and angry.
So she slashed him up. By the way, the woman is also facing probation violation charges in connection with her guilty plea last year for illegally possessing marijuana, crystal meth, and Xanax.
Hell yeah.
And the final part
If
of
you're going to have
this
crystal meth, you got to have some Xannies on you.
is the Three Stooges.
What did these guys do?
Well, I'll tell you, the man in
They
the first
made
picture, what
their own
celebrity?
human centipede
What
in
celebrity?
Walmart.
Just so the audience can get a picture. Name these 3 guys as to what celebrity that you think they look like.
Okay, left
Stinky.
to right.
It's-
Shitty Russell Crowe, shitty Viggo Mortensen.
Shitty Jon Snow.
No, it's no tattoos. What's his name? Fucking. We were talking about him yesterday. The guy with the barbed wire tattooed on his head.
Oh, Post Malone?
Yeah, it's Post Malone.
That's pre-Malone.
He's got that weird butt beard where it just looks like you're not even
Okay.
old enough to grow a beard yet, but you've just never shaved in your life.
Wait, who's the first one again?
I got shitty Russell Crowe.
Okay, so Shitty Russell Crowe. All these are Florida inmates, by the way. So allegedly, Shitty Russell Crowe mailed a postcard to Shitty Mortensen.
In the same jail?
Yes, and asked Mortensen to kill Shitty Post Malone,
Yeah.
pre-Malone.
Yeah, because he looks like. Yeah, okay, so they're going to kill him. He did something bad.
Yeah, kill
I
this
said
guy
you got-
for me, and whatever you do, do not leave a paper trail.
Yeah, here's he sent a postcard, dude. Postcards aren't in envelopes. First of all, they read your mail in jail. Number
Yeah.
2, it's a postcard. Anybody can read it. It's right there.
Yeah,
Like
he
you could
didn't do it-
accidentally read it.
He didn't do it in code?
No.
Oh.
Hey, would you kill crappy pre-Malone for me?
Yeah, and then what happened?
Well, police say Shitty Mortensen and Shitty other guy are documented members of a criminal white supremacist gang.
Oh, no.
Both are convicted felons with lengthy rap sheets who are currently locked up on separate narcotics charges. But I guess guy number 1 was so far away in the jail from Shitty Post Malone that he asked the guy that was neighbors with him to kill him. In a postcard.
You ever notice how white supremacists are so angry?
Never noticed.
You know what I
that.
mean?
Do you ever notice how people who think that their group, be it race or religion or whatever, is the superior one, are always like the inferior versions of that group?
Wow, that is deep.
Yeah.
Like, wouldn't it be kind of like if like there was like a I don't know,
Well, wait a
like
minute.
a black guy or Muslim, he was a fucking genius, and he was friends with another one. He's like, we're just better than everybody, isn't that true? Like, it's untrue, but I could see how you could talk yourself into that over a couple espressos in a room. But if you are like the dumbest person ever talking to the dumbest person ever, you guys are living proof that your own fucking overarching theory is wrong.
I get it. That makes sense.
You fuck me, I fuck you.
Right. Lots more in crime reporting today, and Johnson County, Texas, an eagle-eyed detective has solved a missing person case. Sheriff deputies were called to a trailer home near Venus, Texas on May 6th to perform a welfare check. One of the relatives of all these people told officials about this reclusive family member, and he hasn't been seen or heard from in a month.
He's a Sasquatch.
They tried to check up on him themselves, but he's got a bunch of dogs.
Yeah, and they attack.
And they bark and they're scary, so they couldn't check on him, so they called the police. The police show up. They have no problems with the dogs. They bounce right in there, check the place out. The guy is not there.
Not even there.
No hide or hair. The guy's not there at all.
So what are
And-
you
but
even
it's
talking
weird
about?
Because this guy would never leave his dogs behind, so where did he go?
Oh,
He
no.
turned into a dog.
They buried him.
To make a long story short, police did find the guy
Dead.
They
in-
ate him. The
in
dogs
the-
ate
I
him.
to party.
in the feces of his dog.
Oh no!
No, he died and the dogs ate him.
completely consumed
Him.
clothing, bones, and all of this guy.
They
Yeah,
must
but
be really hungry.
But they didn't. No, look.
They did.
Yeah, but they didn't take him down and eat him before the dog food was over.
Police say they don't know.
Yeah, fucking they don't know because that was his friend and he died and they didn't get any food and then they ate him because the dogs forgot it and hunger took over and they stayed alive thanks to him. I'm okay with my dogs eating me.
He built a wall of humongous bags of dry dog food around himself.
What's so
to
bad
try to
about,
avoid
what's so
his
bad
fate.
about
But
animals eating you when you're dead?
I don't know.
I mean, I think it's better. I wish everybody would get eaten by an animal when they died so that you wouldn't have to make room in the ground for your stupid ass carcass.
A detective noticed a small piece of bone on the ground.
Yeah.
And
Poopy
then
bone.
he noticed a little piece of clothing in the dog poop.
Yeah.
Why don't they feed us when we die to like slaughterhouse chickens and pigs?
Right?
Most family members don't vote for that.
Yeah, but what's
Hey,
the...
I got a good idea about Granny.
But I
Yeah, but you set them on fire? What's that?
I ate like
I mean,
a
like, it's
thousand of
something-
them. Why can't they eat one of me?
Something chews you up, something burns you up, the ground eats you up. Like, what's the fucking difference? You're just a mental vag, and you're so spoiled and that you want to like take up all this room and make concrete statues of your shit that doesn't exist.
It doesn't really make any sense that it's okay for bugs to eat me, but not for
Yeah,
pigs to eat
worms
me.
Right?
can eat you, but not chickens and pigs.
Yeah, like
mean-
why not feed the things that we're like, the poor
Well,
bosses
There
give
are
us
a bunch
good
of
food.
like services and websites you can go to that will do stuff with your body when you're gone, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, they'll pay you big money too.
Well, no, like I
Oh,
wanna,
no, not that kind of stuff. I got you.
like you could plant a tree in my butt or something, use me as
What?
fertilizer,
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
places
yeah.
will make
Yeah,
a tree
and
out.
take
compress me into a diamond.
And take the organs and give them to people that need the organ and
Yeah,
shit.
that's probably
you
your
know,
best
like you
bet.
can't. How could you throw? How dare you throw that shit away?
Yeah.
People need those things.
That is pretty shameful. And a lot of, I guess the one big hesitating moment for everyone is what if they just let me go because they can fix a whole bunch of other people?
I've always been
Oh,
under the
fucking-
impression like I don't really when I'm gone, I'm gone. Like whatever happens to my body, I'll never know. So I don't care. Throw me in the ocean, burn me, bury me.
Yeah.
But then when I saw that, did anybody watch that Chernobyl show,
Yeah.
the HBO series?
Maybe.
Man, the people that showed up when Chernobyl first happened, and they just got so irradiated that
They would cook.
yeah, they right before these people died, they looked like fucking reheated lasagna. It was just disgusting. And then
so what are you trying to
well,
say?
no, they showed like the funeral for them, and they basically dug this massive pit and put like the 6 guys in there, but their bodies were so hazardous that they had to be sealed in, like welded into these metal things, and then they just buried them under like 12 feet of concrete, and for some reason that fucked me up. was like, okay, I don't care what happens to my body, but I'll take a pass on that.
You don't want to be welded shut into a thing and then buried in concrete.
While my body could kill anybody that comes in contact with it. Something about that's so creepy.
Okay, so this seems to be more about how you want to die than what you want to happen to you after you die.
You just don't want to hurt anybody.
You don't want to be irradiated to death.
No, you're afraid of being claustrophobic.
Which
I
is
don't want that
natural.
either. I don't. There's for
What
some
the
reason
fuck?
that
You're gone, man.
I know.
You guys
Never
just
made
why
a
can't you
difference to
help
me
out
until I
everybody
watched.
else? It's not
until
about
I
you
watched
anymore.
Chernobyl.
I understand a little bit. That does kind of put a bad feeling on me to think about all
Weird
that
ass.
concrete welded in. I mean, there's no getting out of
Yeah,
there.
but there's no other. Is there any other way to get rid of that? Can you just could they just burn the bodies and make that go or disappear?
No, it would send
No.
shit
There's no
into
way.
the
Right.
atmosphere.
So there's no way you can do anything but that.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They could have launched them to space.
No,
Why are you
No.
trying to do that into
If-
the universe
if
where
the-
other people live?
And if the rocket crashes, it spreads radiation everywhere.
Right, that's
in the
downside.
atmosphere.
Yeah,
but
that is a downside.
The upside is launch them to space. We don't have to deal with them.
Yeah, and it's cost effective too.
Can't put a
So
price on my safety.
Compared to the high price of cement.
here's another thing you don't want to do, but it sounds like a movie plot anyway. One night you're craving, I don't know, a Twizzler or something. So you
Love
go
Twizzlers.
Make
But just the one.
just
Never had one Twizzler like
And the
Doritos.
convenient-
Can't be done.
convenient single pack.
Fuck
So
that.
you go down to your local convenience store, and then through some wacky set of circumstances, you end up having a run-in with a motorcycle gang.
Yeah, that happened to me.
That sounds like a movie. That could be something.
I was
that would-
looking for a Twizzler and I got in a fight with a motorcycle
Yeah,
gang.
I don't know what transpired there, but
Get down there. Just my luck. There's one Twizzler
Yeah.
left, and the Hell's Angels have their hands
yeah,
on it.
the motorcycle gang wants it.
But I've come all this way.
No, I've got my hand on one part and the Hell's Angel's got his other
Yeah,
hand,
but
his hand on the
man-
other part. And we both pulled, look at each other.
On one hand,
This is a classic conundrum.
on one
Yeah.
hand, they're a
What do you do?
dangerous criminal enterprise. On the other
Now what do
hand,
you do?
I got a hankering. You know? Well, keep this in mind. All this is according to state police.
Yeah.
In Franklin County, Pennsylvania, 4 suspected members of the Pagans Outlaw Motorcycle Gang were
Those guys
arrested
are good.
on Sunday after allegedly threatening to injure a man at a convenience store.
But they didn't threaten. They didn't hurt
threatened
him. They
him.
just said that they would.
Okay, and so the man went home and called the cops.
Pussy.
The cops came by, took the man's report. The unidentified victim told police the suspects had threatened him with bodily harm during a confrontation at the store, and that the men had threatened him and his family both inside the store and then outside the store. And while that's going on, 4 men pull up in a pickup truck.
What'd they do?
4 men who police say are known to be pagans.
Oh.
Police searched the suspects and found 2 in possession of drugs or drug paraphernalia, and 1 had a firearm.
Wow.
While they're at this guy's house and the police are interviewing him, the pagans show up at this guy's house. How do they know where he lives and why they show up while the police are there?
Because they
Don't give a fuck.
They mistimed it a little bit. I
I
think.
guess so.
But still, heavy dudes, right? Come to your house.
Yeah, because of an argument at a convenience store. What
What
possibly
did
could
he
have
say to the
transpired?
pagans that made the
Exactly.
pagans get in the truck and meet them later?
Exactly. What would you say?
There's another part of this story that I
Give
must.
a fuck. I'm gonna eat that Twizzler.
He said something way worse.
He must. Have
I don't
said
think he.
something,
I think
right?
he lost the whole track of Twizzler and was just
Yeah.
like doing some mum stuff or something. I don't know,
He
man.
did
What is
something.
pagan? What are pagans? What's the worst thing you can say to the pagans?
You'd think you'd have to knock over all their bikes or something, you know?
Like
What?
Pee Wee.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
I can't imagine.
Why do they put them so close together?
And also, here's another thing.
It's like they're asking for it, Michael.
These
Truthfully,
things aren't dominoes.
They look like dominoes.
honestly, answer this question. So you got, let's just say you run into 4 members of some dangerous motorcycle gang,
Mhm.
okay? Or street gang, whatever, and you have a run-in with them. Do you go home and call the cops about it?
No. Oh, no. I do if they go, we have your address and we're coming over to your house to kill you.
Yeah, of course.
Then, yeah, I would call.
and, also,
And he knew it. He knew it.
And also,
He knew them.
you think?
Fuck yeah. How the fuck did they get to their house?
Yeah. Unless they followed them. Go get the
Yeah, but they
truck.
must have made such a threat that it was so obvious. You know when someone's really committed?
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
You know when, like I'm a stupid person. I've been dumber before in another life, and I've come across people that are like, "Oh yeah," and I'm like, "Oh fuck," you know, like
Yeah.
like okay, you'll shoot me right now for sure.
Yeah, they're committed.
Yeah. So, I've seen those people. I've brushed with those people before, and if they do say that they're coming to your house to kill you, yeah, I would call the cops.
Yeah, no, I get that. But if they weren't, and you call the cops on them, your thinking is, now I'm going to be in the official record as calling the cops on these guys.
Yeah.
Why would I care about that?
Because if they go to jail, there's more of them all over the place.
Look, I had thought about this
Sorry,
the
but,
other
you got
day.
to call them sooner or later. What do you think? They're bigger than the police?
I thought about this the other day. I told you there were people having a very animated argument right in front of my
Right.
home, and the guy gets out of the car with the golf club and walks over to the lady, and then she calls her uncle or something, and he comes down, and now these guys are fighting each other. And I did film it because I sincerely thought there was a very good chance,
Do
and
you
I
still have it?
Yeah.
I'm going to see it.
that I thought there was a very good chance that like a real serious crime was going to happen. I was going to be handing this over to the police, and my mind just goes on these, takes things to their illogical conclusion. I'm like, shit. If and when something happens and I do hand this over to the police, from the vantage point of this, it's very obvious where it's being shot from.
Right.
This lady gets into an irrational street argument with some guy and a family member comes to back her up. Do I really want to be involved with a thing where they know the guy who gave the video that sent her to jail
They're not going to see the video.
in a trial?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's deep. Once again,
Yeah.
education.
I
I would just give them the video. I never would have put that together at all.
I probably would, but it would make me
Yeah,
nervous. I live with
yeah.
children.
I would wrestle with that, but I'd have to do the right thing at the end of the day.
I'd like
you
to
know?
think I would.
I mean, that's what we're here to do. You know?
Right. You have to.
Especially these days. I feel like there's so many people that got to stand up for yourselves. You can't just let everyone do these ridiculous things on the street.
Speaking of ridiculous things, and there's more crime news in Guthrie, Oklahoma.
Hmm.
2 people were arrested after a traffic stop of a stolen car. Here's what happened. The traffic stop was made because the tag on the car was expired. A man was in the driver's seat, woman in the passenger seat, and rattlesnake in the back seat.
Just not in a box or by itself.
Little box.
Car seat.
Yeah, car seat. Something.
You have his belt on?
No, which is another fine. So 3 things happened all at the same time. The cops, go up to the car, and number 1, police noticed the rattlesnake in the back seat.
Yeah.
Number 2, the man says, "I have a gun in the console."
Yeah,
And
you're supposed to say that if you have a gun in the console.
And number 3, the dispatcher comes on and says, "This is a stolen car."
Oh,
So you got all this to contend with in your mind.
yeah.
But they manage the situation. They search the car, get the rattlesnake out, and they find an open bottle of Kentucky Deluxe
What's that?
liquor next to the gun.
It's that good whiskey.
Sweating bullets!
So you got the stolen thing, you got the rattlesnake, you got the gun and the drink. What is the worst thing that the police found in this car? What's this guy's biggest problem?
No seatbelt in the rattlesnake.
No.
Wait, what do you mean? What's the biggest problem for the police officer to deal with,
No,
or what's
no.
the biggest
What's the
fine that he's
problem
going to give?
for this guy
the biggest
driving
charge?
the car?
Failed a smog test.
I mean,
No.
is it a DUI?
No, the worst violation is probably the canister of radioactive powdered uranium he had.
Man, you didn't say that was
I
there.
know, it was
Because
a
I
trick.
definitely would have guessed that was
Yeah,
the
Right?
worst.
Yeah.
See what he did there?
Actually, the uranium has not resulted in any charges yet.
Why did he have uranium?
That's a great question. That's what the police want to try to figure out.
Wait, what? He didn't. He just said, I don't know.
He's not answering.
I took it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he doesn't.
not my uranium.
He's
My
not
wife's
talking.
uranium.
He's not talking. There are no charges for the rattlesnake.
Yeah, you
either.
can't talk. When you get caught with uranium,
Yeah.
you know you have to keep your mouth shut
Yeah.
because whoever you
Yeah.
got the uranium from,
The Russians.
they kill your mum's kids and stuff.
Right,
yeah.
right, yeah.
Whatever the
Or
yeah,
whoever it
they
is.
necktie guys.
Just as an example.
whatever. Yeah, you suck it up.
This next guy is a piece of shit, but
Uranium. What's going on, world?
yeah, I know.
Just fucking drunk dudes with guns and uranium. I'm like, holy
No, that's
shit.
not good.
People trying to keep a gangster lean a little hot. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
okay, you
Okay.
are the most gangster guy. Like, no one's rapping about uranium in the trunk.
Okay, maybe that guy's the most gangster, but this guy might come in a close second. He's a piece of shit, but he's also a hero in a way. According to the arrest affidavit, about 1:30 p.m. on Sunday, the sheriff's department received a call about a reckless driver who was southbound on US 218 near Iowa City. Witnesses reported that the driver of a 2003 Chevrolet pickup was traveling in excess of 100 miles per hour, was passing cars and running cars off the roadway when he sideswiped a semi.
So that wouldn't really move the semi, would it?
Not much, but it did cause the pickup to crash into a ditch at a high rate of speed.
Yeah, that's cool. Is it on video?
Witnesses thought that the driver must be dead.
He's
But
fine.
a moment later, he climbed out of the ditch, still holding his beer.
Yeah, no, he's the man. He stayed loose through the whole thing, Michael. That was key.
Yeah.
Just a good
Didn't
old
spill
boy.
a drop.
It's like, oh, here we go. Fucking stay loose.
Not meaning no harm.
Stay relaxed.
Yeah, the man denies he was driving.
Yeah, it
the
wasn't me.
pickup.
No, it wasn't. Got any
me.
proof?
Nope, not
Yeah.
me.
Am I in the car right now? Nope.
He did volunteer that he drank beer with his lunch
Sure.
and had some shots.
I've had some brewskis,
and
but I ain't driving.
a few shots. He was already facing 2 counts of theft each, which is each is a class 3 felony,
Yeah.
and 1 count of burglary, which is a class 2 felony,
What's class 2 felonies do?
and a charge of criminal damage to property, a class A misdemeanor, and 1 count of assault, and 1 count of violating an order of protection.
If only he was in Swedish jail so he could be rehabilitated
That's
with
right.
poopy and 1 apple.
Right.
Because that is what gets you back on track. And really, do we want to bring him in there into the system, make him worse, come out to just start again,
Make him
wasting
worse.
tax dollars? Let's rehabilitate these people, you know?
Oh my God!
Maybe he'll turn out like this actual hero,
Yes.
a man named Derek Bird.
What did Derek do to be such
he
a champ?
is 20 years old. His face and neck, arms, and back are covered in gauze as he recovers in a specialized care unit in Seattle. Fire started a week ago today at a home in Aberdeen, Washington, and Bird's sister and her 3 children were trapped in a second-floor room. Bird ran through the flames, got underneath the window, got 2 of the kids out, got the mom out, but as the mom was coming out, the kid fell backwards and was still in the room.
Yes.
So he said he didn't stop to think. He ran back into the burning house. He grabbed his little 8-year-old, and the little 8-year-old took his shirt off, wrapped it around her face so she wouldn't inhale smoke. And this left his back exposed to flames, causing 4th-degree burns and nerve damage. But in spite of his seared muscle tissue and the skin burning off of his body, he kept moving and brought
Yeah.
this kid
That's what you do.
outside.
That's what you do.
He says, I didn't care if I was burning.
That's
I just
right.
wanted to make sure I got her out.
Fucking great. That's what it's about.
That is.
Put it on the line, baby.
Absolutely.
Save the kids.
Absolutely.
Good for you.
I promised you this
I hope
the
your
other
back's
day.
okay.
10 amazing things you didn't know your body parts can do.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, I know I can scream and fart.
Yeah. I didn't know I
Can
could
you?
turn
I
my
don't have any
penis
more-
inside out.
What?
What?
Nothing. Screaming farts, you say?
You can turn your penis inside out?
No.
Oh.
Can you?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I used to put my fingertip right against my penis head and shove it back up inside me.
Who hasn't?
Yeah, and then you just pull the shaft skin up over the top and seal it off like you
Yep.
don't have a head. Yeah, that's
What?
That's normal.
What do you do?
You wouldn't
This
know.
is snip guy
Mr.
shit.
Elephant thing.
Oh.
No.
Grow up, all of you, all right? They're penises, okay? Everybody has one. Especially at Cheetahs
you're
tonight.
kind of just like uncircumcising yourself when you do that.
Yeah. You shove the
It wouldn't be
acorn
fun.
back
Oh,
it wouldn't
I
be
know-
fun for you to do
Oh,
it.
in. And then you
I-
pinch
yeah.
up the excess
Oh, you
skin
guys
like you're tying
pretend
off
you-
a water balloon.
You guys pretend you got a foreskin.
Yeah.
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 Oh,
I have a
You
ghost
poor
foreskin.
bastards.
Yeah. I can still
Man, that's so
I
crazy
feel
that
it's
you just
there,
cut
but I
that shit off.
can't move it. So number 10, this is from Listverse, 10 things your body can do. Number 10, your liver can reprogram itself to regenerate.
To party.
Sweet.
Yep. Hey, go to party mode.
I mean, if you get
Click party mode, bro.
Yeah,
No,
we're raging tonight, liver.
Turned up.
if you get tissue damage, I mean, scars will form or whatever,
Yeah.
but that's about the best it can do. The body can do is patch itself up.
So if I pee blood, did I get a scar in there?
Well, it is the liver's a sole organ that can fully regenerate itself. Scientists have been impressed by this seemingly isolated ability for a long time. They don't understand exactly how it evolved. A recent study may suggest the answer: in case of damage, the liver is able to reprogram itself to mimic the earliest stages of childbirth and regrow itself as if nothing had happened.
Wait, it can or
it can
it can.
regenerate.
Yes.
So
Does
if
it?
I
Yes.
turn myself into liver, then I can never die.
Right, exactly.
Wait, it can do
What
that
up,
at
Doe?
times, or it will do that if it's fucked up enough. Because I thought plenty of people had wrecked their livers permanently with
Yeah,
drinking.
I think it depends on the type of damage that it is.
If you do long term over and over, you don't
Right.
give it a chance to rehabilitate
Right.
like a drunk person
Yeah,
where they don't stop drinking.
as
Then
opposed
it doesn't.
as opposed to like blunt force or something.
Right.
Number 9.
So you can kill it with poison,
yeah,
but you can't kill it with a hit.
fire.
Yeah.
The skin can smell.
Yeah, no, my skin smells all the time.
Yeah, you should smell
Like
the skin of my
roses.
butt. Fucking stinks.
My butt
No.
smells great. and
No.
I don't
No,
know
no,
why
no.
That's
No.
weird.
Yeah,
I'm
my
saying-
skin totally smells. I had another. I put more shit in the washing machine today, and it totally washes out. I had another.
Okay,
Oof, brutal.
You've proved your point.
Oh my god.
More logs.
Oh, I thought you meant yours.
No, I got
Oh.
baby shit all. Oh god. Took my one kid to the dentist, and as soon as we sat down, it was a long story, but I never leave the house without a change of clothes for her, and I was in a hurry. I had to, and I sat down with her next to my kid and the dentist, and I just felt the leak start to happen all over my shirt, and I looked down, and sure enough, there was so much pee in her diaper that it liquefied the poop. And that was
Wow.
going out all over the place, and then the diaper's like, "Oh, well, how old's your sister?" And I just have to pretend that I'm not covered, and she's not also covered in her own pee
Oh.
and shit.
Because I know when my kids were little,
I'm pretty sure my skin smelled after that.
they had a little explosion in their diaper. It was like in movies when a guy jumps on a grenade, you just hear this, and then you just know, oh, he's got that streak all the way up his back. Anyway, so yeah, your skin can smell, it can sense, it's like a olfactory thing. In a study, researchers discovered that skin's cell division mode is triggered when the skin is exposed to a synthetic form of sandalwood oil. So when your skin smells sandalwood oil, your cell division increases. It doesn't have to go in your nose or anything else.
So you don't have to rub it on you or nothing.
Right.
You just have to smell sandalwood.
Yeah.
No, your skin needs to.
Let's get that
You
oil.
smelling
You just
it?
need to be near sandalwood.
Yeah, but in a way that your nose can't smell it.
Some types of aromas.
Well, it's still okay if your nose smells it.
No, it's okay.
No.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah,
you can't
it
just
can.
say no. You're not allowed to just say
Yes,
no,
yeah.
right?
You don't
I know you're having fun with Will, but you can't just go no. Yes, you can smell it and your skin can smell it at the same time. Sandalwood. Yeah.
Some types of aromas will signal your skin to start a healing process.
Right, so sandalwood would be helpful to people that need to heal their bodies.
Yeah.
Is there anything I can sniff that will make my skin stop itching?
Sandalwood.
Yeah, maybe.
It does seem.
Try sandalwood first.
I need a
I'm gonna lick
sandalwood
that.
smoothie.
Our bones are stronger than steel.
Oh, good, because I was thinking about getting steel put in my bones so that I could be even stronger, but I was like, man, that's going to be painful.
Yeah, it says if your first response to all that is, well, how do I manage to break my bones?
Yeah, you coming in hot is
It's
what
because
that is.
they're so flexible.
Yes, they are. Because one time I remember when I was a kid, this is like I don't think I'd broken major bones yet, and I was learning to jump a jump ramp at some fucking cousin's house or some shit, and they had a skateboard ramp, and I was trying to jump off the end of it. And I don't know, I fell and I landed on my arm, and I remember I felt my forearm go, whoa, and it didn't break. But I knew right there, I was like, man, I felt like my arm did a big flexing thing, like the bone flexed.
Oh.
And I had that, oh, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I think I'm okay.
No snapping.
But I think, it didn't snap.
Wow. I thought this was pretty interesting. Human bones are shaped like ropes tied together in a helical structure. Every layer down to the nanoscale repeats that information. So it's like a rope made with individual threads that are made out of rope that are made out of individual threads down to the tiniest little thing.
Yeah.
So that makes a pretty strong structure. In fact, down to a resolution of 5 nanometers, this happens.
Yeah, nanometers is steep.
Eyes can perceive
What about pictometers?
flavor.
That's John Jones bones.
Your eyes can taste.
John Bones, Joe's Bones?
Yep. I do.
Yeah.
The human eyes are relatively good at identifying flavors.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, your visual sense can override your taste buds. Like
It can.
if you have a yellow lollipop
Yeah.
and it's strawberry flavored, you'd
Yeah.
be really hard pressed to identify that flavor.
Bullshit artist. But yeah, you might be right. That's why TV's going to make you smell stuff soon.
I can't wait for
Yeah.
smell-o-vision.
Because, that really does bring back memories more than any other sense, is the sense of smell. If you smell something that was like, oh, I remember that from being a kid, it brings you back to that time and place.
For some weird reason, I remember these trees in America that smell like jizz.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember that Lance Mountain's ramp had jizz trees. And every time I ever smell those jizz trees, I think of Lance's ramp.
Yeah, they were
Not jizz.
in Jersey when
I
you'd
know
be
the
driving
streets.
around, and like it usually hits hardest in the spring.
Mm.
So like the winter's over, you and your buddies are like stoked to be driving with the windows down, feeling the air, and then boom, you drive through a jizz cloud.
Yeah, my family started
I'm
an,
okay with
annual,
jizz
an
clouds.
annual tradition of using those instead of regular Christmas trees.
Oh, man.
It's great because, even when you take it outside, the house still smells like jizz for a week.
Are you lying?
Yes.
Okay, good.
There's also that rotting flesh bush or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
the corpse flower.
That's
that
what I
drops
was thinking.
drops the rotting flesh berries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
There's a plant that smells just like rotting flesh.
Yeah,
I'm not
and
really that
it's-
sure what rotting flesh smells
Oh,
like.
you would know it if you smelled it.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, when I used to leave
Yeah.
birds out on the street so I could get yabbies.
Yeah, it looks like a big weird alien thing.
What?
The corpse flower.
Did you fish with yabbies?
No, yabbies are like little freshwater crayfish.
Did you eat them?
No, you kill a bird and you let the meat rot outside, or you put it in a bag so it maggots up, and then you cut it into pieces and you tie
Okay,
a rock and a
yeah,
rope
Yeah.
around the meat, and then you put the meat in the rope and the rock in the water,
Uh-huh.
and then you just wait a little bit, and then Bob's drunk and pull out, and fucking dumbass yabby's holding onto it. He doesn't let go. Fucking idiot. Then you put him in a bucket and boil him.
Those yabbies.
Bob's your uncle. Ooh.
Smelling STDs is number 6.
Yeah, no, I can smell. Nah, you know what?
No. Yeah.
I wish I could smell that, because I would never get anything.
The-
Yeah, what's the clap smell like?
The main.
I know, right? I would kill for the nose that smells the clap, because I would just call it out. Oh, this guy's got the clap.
No, that'd be terrible.
No way. Fuck that.
The main one is women are capable of smelling gonorrhea from just the saliva or armpit samples of a man who has it.
What?
They must stink
Yeah,
bad.
that's why I don't kiss.
That's the worst Yankee Candle scent of all.
Gonorrhea candle?
Yeah.
No, it's tough.
Number 5.
That's a good way to block it, though. Like, if you don't want to sleep with a girl, just light the gonorrhea candle and just be like,
Yeah.
so anyway.
Yeah.
My
that's
nuts itch,
good
but you still
time.
want to fuck?
Yeah, that's just the candle. Yeah.
It's gonorrhea armpit.
Yeah, here's my dick.
From Glade. This number 5 is one that my dad was talking about to me when I was down there last week. Number 5 is your brain can manipulate time.
Yeah.
My
Son.
dad.
Did I ever tell you?
No, he started.
So check it out.
He started talking
You're here
about.
now. You're not here.
I'm going to turn you into a baby.
He started talking about how, like a professional athlete, somebody who hits a baseball that's flying a certain amount, it would most likely be able to slow down time like it happens when you have a car accident and everything slows down. He was talking about when he got flipped over in an automobile several times and a battery went across his field of vision and how it was going so slow that he read the small print on the battery as it was flying past him.
Should have been focusing on something more
No,
important.
all this was happening at, really fast clip. You
I've
know?
had tons of car crashes. You do see things.
Yeah, so if that can happen artificially or not,
I didn't read anything though. But I never read anything.
Yeah, can you control that? Can you make that happen? I'm sure you can, but
What do you mean? Slow things down?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course you can. I mean, every single wall that I hit for fucking 20 years, everything slowed down.
But do it on purpose at any given
pump,
moment.
pump, flip spin.
But
Pump,
no,
pump, flip
but-
spin.
but if you
every
could
time you flip spin, you have to like start to. It becomes you're in space a little bit. You go. I don't look at it anymore. I go, and I feel it around. So it does feel like when I explain it, it's like flip, and my foot flicks off. Then that starts to spin. Then I come around. Then my hand grabs it. Then I put it on. But it doesn't. You can't do it in that. It happens way faster than when you would say it. But when I think about it in my head before I do it, it doesn't go that fast. It goes slow.
but can you slow down time while you're doing
I don't
something?
know. When you say
like
slow
when
down
you're in
time,
the
it's
air.
like I can float, you know?
No, but that's
Because
look.
I feel like you concentrate so much that every little part of it, you notice every little piece of it. So if you notice every little piece of it, it does seem like all of a sudden things have slowed down.
Well, Einstein talked about time being relative. And
Okay.
I think that there must be a way that even if like your brain is just going into overdrive, working like 10 times or whatever, your perception of time would be slow. I would be really fascinated in finding out if anybody's ever worked on doing this.
I noticed that a long time ago. I had a 4Runner. It was like the first good car I ever had in Australia, and I took a bunch of people to the snow, and I was driving down the hill from the mountain back to the house, and it was snow on the road, and the car just all of a sudden out of nowhere, just all four wheels just started hydroplaning from the inside to the outside, and the outside was the cliff. Lots of trees, but still my fucking brother died off the same fucking cliff. So I was like going off the side there, and I remember going, that's what, like after the fact, I recollected that. I was like, oh wow, that's the same thing that happens when I do skateboard tricks, because it took instead of like a split second, we slid from one side to the other, and it went shh, and I looked out the side window because now we weren't going straight anymore, and I feel like half of the people in the car still didn't even really know the magnitude of how fucked we were,
Right.
and I was like, wow, and it was and I'm like, seatbelt is not on. So I like, because my father always told me if you're gonna drive the mountains, you should have your seatbelt off. Because if you go off the cliff, you try and get out of the car. I don't know if that makes sense.
Wow.
So I would always take my seatbelt off when I was in the mountains.
Wow.
But
I don't know if
if
that's
that
right.
made. No, I don't think that it was right
Yeah.
either. But if you do roll a car, normal seatbelts don't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, in some
It might just
cases,
fuck your neck
it
up a
helps
little
to
bit.
get thrown from a vehicle, but,
I was always ready to jump out, whether it made any sense or not. But I remember just it would slow down forever, and I'm like, there's no move. There's like touching the brake or whatever. Everything that I did, nothing happened. And then we hit a slot like of a rut, and the car caught the rut and went doof, and I was like and slowed down a little bit, and I felt like the passenger caught it, but nobody in the back caught it. But I'm like, nobody knows in the back, but you were all dead.
yeah.
And I didn't. It wasn't. It was just like a big, really icy bit. But the same thing with the houseboat. Houseboat broke, and then there was no reverse in the houseboat, and it was going towards land, and I was driving it, and I remember watching it, and all the people on the top of the roof, and realizing the magnitude of how everyone's gonna get so shit whipped in a second.
Wow.
And I think my father it was his thing, so it was like me and him looking at each other, and it was. Yeah, I remember thinking, I'm not in trouble for this because he knows reverse is broken, so it's okay. So I just watched some of my uncles and shit like fly off the side of the boat. It was funny.
What I
It
had,
wasn't super fast, but it was enough to like, you know what I mean? Like uncles and stuff fell over and shit. It was funny.
when I had that big accident going through an intersection at 50, the other person coming through at 50, right in the middle, it slowed down enough to where, I told the kids hang on, and I also started thinking about what angle I'm going to hit this car at and how that's going to react, and trying to move the wheel enough so we would meet right corner to corner instead of me plowing.
Might be a little bit.
T-bone.
I feel like a little bit of shock. When you have a little bit of shock, then you recall things differently too. When there's a little bit of hyper jolt of energy kicks in. Then when you recollect it after the fact, you see
know
it,
the details.
you see it in a slower way. Because I've
Maybe.
thought things where I thought about doing that, but I don't think that I really had the option to do that. I just thought at the time, recollecting it, I was like, oh, I remember I had my grandfather had this really little car when they first came out, those weird little Euro cars, and I borrowed it, and there was when everybody piles up and somebody in front of me stopped and I hit the brakes and I looked behind me and I could see the car behind me was gonna smash into me. And I'm like, wow, we're in a really little car. To be sandwiched like this is going to be sketchy as fuck. And as it was about to hit, I looked into the oncoming traffic to see if there was cars, and there was. So to me, I thought that I had the option. If it was going to hit, I could have let go of the brake and pulled out onto the other side of the road. But that's what I thought after the fact. But I now thinking back, I'm like, would you really gonna? If there was no other car there, did you really have that much time to let go of the brake and turn out? I don't know.
I did that.
I felt like I just saw it all because I think there was I got a jolt of shock because the human body went, death. You know what I mean? It was a little, when you get the, oh shit, this is probably real bad. It does I don't think you get the actual real scenario. I think you get a little bit of a.
True. But you did
burst of bullshit.
You did have the ability to do that because I did that driving to Arizona, except I pulled into the curb lane when this guy was flying up behind me, and I knew he was going to hit me from the rear, so
and you did make
moved, and he into the car in front of me. Number 4 on crazy shit your body can do. Facial expressions can influence the brain into actually feeling those emotions. In other words, you can smile, and that would make you happy.
That's true. Smiling does make you happy.
That's what research shows.
That's
I've
why
heard this before.
I always look at the sun with my eyes closed and I smile at it. It makes my day happier.
I don't believe that is true.
What?
I just
do you
don't.
mean?
I don't think you can smile that makes you happy.
I do that all the time.
I don't believe you, Jason.
It seems that way.
No, I just.
What about laughter, Will? Does laughter
I
make
hate
you happy?
laughter.
No, you don't. You laugh all the time.
So,
You got a
I've
good
been trying to
laughter.
walk around smiling more because I think I have, like I mentioned before, resting bitch face. Yeah,
You
and I
do.
don't want people to think I'm a dickhead.
I wouldn't call it resting bitch face. You have a face where you look like you're thinking about something that's annoying you. It's not like a bitch face. It's more like you're struggling with something, and I feel like I need to ask you if you're okay.
I constantly look like I'm trying to do long division in my head.
It's not like I would never say to you, hey, do you have a problem with me? I would more say, hey, are you okay?
Yeah.
Is more what your resting
I
face.
agree.
Because I've done that over the years. He's explained it to me where I've said, hey, man, everything good? And you're like, what? Yeah, I'm good, man. Just, it's my face. And I'm like, oh, okay. Look like you're really trying to deal with something over there.
I have resting murderer face. I really look.
You just look like a murderer.
Yeah, when I'm angry, when I'm just sitting there, no emotion, nothing. I look like I'm gonna.
I got hit with
murder.
that one the other day. Katie's. There's this guy that she likes or whatever, and I'm like, send me a photo of this dude. And I saw it, and I was like, wow. And I just didn't say anything because I'm still trying to figure out how to deal with stuff like that. And then later on, I said, you realize that dude just looks like a fucking murderer? And she's like, what do you think you look like? And I was like, fuck. He looks like more of a murderer than me. But probably not. I get weird. My tattoos it's stupid and it's too much, but they're a little too organized to be a murderer.
I
Do you know what I mean? Like,
they
don't say, none of them say, fucking blah, they're a little too organized, right?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Like, there's not, I mean, if I just had like
they're not jail tattoos.
Yeah, they don't see, they're pussy tattoos. They're not tough guy ones.
Here's one for you. Number 3, sperm can smell the egg. That's how it knows where to swim.
Well, they got no eyes, so that makes sense.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
wait a
exactly.
minute. They fucking miss all the time.
Yeah, where's their nose at?
What do you mean that they don't have a nose?
Right below their eyes.
It's like,
duh.
do fishes have nose? Do fishes smell?
Yeah.
This is deep.
Yeah, of course.
They do,
I'm
right?
gonna
Because they
Google
see stuff.
fish nose.
You
Yeah,
must
'cause
be
they
able
don't
to
know
smell
fish
food.
nose.
Sharks
Yeah,
and-
they can
and dolphins use a
They smell
sonar ship.
blood.
Nah, but does a shark smell blood or does a
Yeah,
shark?
it senses blood in the water.
It does, but does it using a sonar or is it using
Nah.
a sniff?
Or
Sonar.
taste.
No, it's
can't sniff
it's
it?
molecules, tiny little molecules of blood, just like we smell. Yeah, it's smell. They smell blood.
Right, like when you smell shit, it's a little bit of shit going in your nose.
Yeah.
Red jackets?
No.
Number 2, our immune system kills cancer cells every day.
Yeah, that's right, cancer. Come at me, bitch. I'll destroy you.
Isn't that
Every
crazy?
day I
Every
destroy
day.
you.
Right. That's one of the reasons why I always thought if you were like a super mega billionaire that you should be getting like the craziest checkups on everything all the time so they
Yeah.
could like catch it early on, but you would actually end up treating all kinds of shit that was never going to blow up. You just giving yourself chemotherapy for a cancer that the
Right.
body was going to take care of anyway,
Yeah.
99 times out of 100.
And the number 1 thing on the list is the vagina.
Can also smell.
No.
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 No, never.
It can taste. No, the vagina
Taste
has
these
the
nuts.
vagina cleans itself.
No, I mean, yeah, nah.
Like a cat licking its paws.
Yeah.
What? No, not like
I
that
will
at all.
perhaps tongue a lady's butt.
Well, that's good for you, Kevin, but I don't see what that has to do with this.
Just like to drop that in from time to time.
Yeah, if Big Vagina was a big influential lobby, we would know that vaginas can clean themselves.
Some
instead of-
vaginas don't clean themselves good, though. You got to agree with that.
Yeah, some vaginas need to update their firmware.
Some need a hand, and they need like actual hands in there cleaning it.
Huh.
Because I think that you could say,
Mm-hmm.
you know, most cars, you know, have a fan belt that makes the engine spin or whatever from the other thing to the other thing. I
Right.
dig 'em, huh?
Right.
But some people have broken fan belts, and if you don't get
Yeah.
a new fan belt,
Gotcha.
well, that engine's just not going to work.
Sometimes my
Little car tip there for you,
Oh,
guys.
I get it.
Big shorts, get them smaller.
In this scenario, the alternator is the vagina.
That's all I'm saying. And if you've got a broken alternator,
Yeah.
broken vag, you got to clean that yourself,
Yeah.
and you got to get a new alternator.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Or
not going to fix
generator. It could be the generator.
it. That alternator's not going to fuck
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah. A zoo in the Netherlands has welcomed 2 older female rhinos. They brought
Yeah,
them in
I like rhinos.
for a very specific job
To fuck and make more rhinos.
no,
Oh.
to teach a young male rhino how to have
Be a
sex.
rhino. Oh. I knew there was fucking in it.
Yeah, it's an age-old tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Rhinos. Go rhino.
I learned everything I know from watching 2 old lesbians have at it.
No, they're not doing each other. The 2 older Indian rhinoceros cougar hussies are being temporarily pimped out by the Berlin Zoo.
Back it up.
And they bring them over there to the Netherlands, and they teach that young rhino how
How
to
to
do
fuck.
it. So when it goes out and meets another young rhino,
How do you teach a young rhino how to fuck?
oh, these are hussy rhinos.
So they just like spread
They want
spread
it.
eagle.
Just give them a couple of daiquiris and they're ready to go.
Yep.
Pterodactyls.
Yeah.
Rhinodactyly.
Not just any
Dactyls.
old rhino will do. These are tremendous whores.
By the way, I read in Cosmo today
Mm.
the article, "Why are these people still steaming their vaginas?"
You're saying
What do you mean,
stop
these
steaming your
people?
vagina? Why not?
It
Sounds
says,
cute.
4 years ago, Goop Queen Gwyneth Paltrow
Oh.
went viral for telling her readers they should steam their vaginas.
I
Yep.
poach mine.
Fuck off.
Actress Lucy Hale recently said in an interview, they offer a vag steam at a place downtown. I'm not really sure what the benefits are. It just sounds really relaxing. I'm going to grab a girlfriend and we're going to go and get our vages steamed.
Yeah.
She's hot, right?
By the way,
Her vagina is from time to time.
vag steam means, sitting on a chair with a hole in it over a pot of steamy, herbally water
Yeah.
and, people getting rich off of.
Yeah, look, if you steam a bunch of smoke incense up your box, I bet you it's probably, you know what I mean? You probably got a hint of lavender in your box for a day or
hint of
two.
Lavender in
And
your
if-
box.
And if that's what you're looking for, look, if I go down there and I guess I get a
Yeah, can we
Pleasant
steam our
puff of-
penis?
jasmine or something, I don't care. I just don't want to don't be stinky. And
How about
if,
this?
If you're tending to your box, then I'm okay with it.
Your lady.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you can.
You
And
have a
I'll
vagina.
make it real
I'll
easy
steam
for
my
you.
dick.
Yeah, well,
You can steam your asshole. That would make sense.
Just get
Okay,
all
how
three.
about
Get my
this?
nuts, my dick, and my asshole.
Steam is hot water. So
Right.
how about taking a fucking bath?
What about a fucking bath?
Well, here's the problem.
You want some herbs? Get a fucking bath bomb.
Ooh, I love bath bombs.
Hey.
Yeah, you could do that,
Some
Michael.
people are against steaming your vagina. These people
Are they against bathing? Because it's the same goddamn
No.
thing.
Yeah.
These people are called doctors.
Oh, yeah, they're against steaming your
They
box.
say
what do they know?
There's no medical benefit, and vulvar
So what? They say
vulvar
flossing doesn't do anything.
steaming. It's a waste of time, money, and a perfectly good vulva.
It's fun to sit on Steam with your vagina with your friend. You talk about Netflix and shit and how dumb we are.
Hey,
I
okay.
get it. I know what you know what I mean? You have fun doing your little steam pussy things and then you arouse your little beeve and you want to put your little fucking flower puss on somebody's face now because you were getting hot box with your buddy on Netflix.
Hot steamed vag.
Works out for us. I'm telling you, it works out. Every girl that sees their vagina wants to have sex. Why they say
immediately?
Is there anybody out there that steams their vagina and then goes not fucking for a year?
Yeah, it's like shaving your legs.
All these pictures that Andrews are
That's right.
pulling up, they
Every girl who shaves her legs wants to have sex with you.
Right after.
Yeah, make that mental note on your way home
That's
today.
one way you can tell she's into you.
Yeah.
all those ladies look like they're taking dumps.
Men's Health magazine.
Well,
10 ways you can tell she's into you.
Yeah.
If she
Shave
brushed
your
her
legs, she's a
hair.
whore.
Yeah.
You blew it!
Does she have fingers on her hand?
That means she wants to jerk you off.
Right.
Yeah, fingers are for jacking.
Everybody knows that.
Okay, it's time for the Will's News. Is it cute or torture? What's a word that starts with C? The k sound. That
Cunt.
would mean
Sorry.
bad.
Why would
Caca?
you ask me that? God, that's
Crap.
your fault, really.
Crap. Cute or
I'm gonna pre-guess
animal
cute.
abuse? Anyway, I'm talking about the Invisible Challenge.
Oh, that's cute. Very cute.
That's where you put some of that saran wrap over your hallway or whatever, and then a dog gets to it and is like, what the hell?
What's that supposed to do?
Oh, I don't think it's bad to trick dogs.
But why does it trick them? What do they do?
They can't figure out what's going on with the saran wrap.
What do you mean they can't figure it out? Of course
Well,
they can figure it out.
They're like, what is this
They think it's a
shit?"
force field.
Man, you
It
guys
scrambles their brains.
I got stupid ass. Man, I got a $3,000 vet. My fucking dog blew his knees out.
Whoa.
Blew. Apparently,
Got to fly him down to Colombia.
whatever
Get
the
some-
stupid.
get
I got the
PRP.
dog for my daughter that she wanted. What is it? The fluffy ones. Fucking
Pomeranian?
something like that. Yeah, and Pomeranians have some knee thing or something. So now she's got to have ACL surgery, I think, or something.
PR puppy.
But she does the thing where I open the glass and then there's the fly screen behind it, and she smashes into the fly screen all the time, and I'm like, dumbass.
Yeah, that's harmless.
But then they
fun,
go
right?
bonk and they go, oh yeah, fly screen. I didn't see it because I only see in black and white. I didn't see that.
do you? Is it okay to scare your cat with a cucumber?
I would not do that to my cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't wanna frighten them. Just confuse them a
Yeah,
little.
these animals don't look fright though. Their tails are wagging super hard.
Yeah.
They look happy.
It's like watching a magic trick.
Dogs don't care that they're stupid.
You know, everybody needs to get away, fuck the Glad wrap, and stop kicking fucking water bottles, you idiots.
I did like Steve-O's one where he whipped it off with his penis.
Oh, well, there you go.
That was a good
now
one.
stop.
One more Will's news story. What will it take until we finally get all that yummy alien knowledge we crave?
Donald Trump will tell us what he read in the file.
Nope.
Oh.
September 20th, it's going to happen. All these people, about 165,000 people, say they're going to get the answers they want in an area of Edwards Air Force Base that is classified and heavily guarded. What the plan is we're all going to storm the place at one time.
It's a good thing they announced it.
Bullshit artist!
They say
But they won't say what time.
the event is titled Storm Area 51.
Bullshit artist!
They can't stop all of us. I think they can.
Hey, I call bullshit on that.
They probably couldn't like if you didn't give them a heads up, your plan might have worked.
No,
But now they're expecting a flock of idiots.
Come on, bunch of machine gun toting dudes at an Air Force
Bullshit!
base. They're gonna
Horse
stop you.
shit! Cat shit! Tiger shit! Lion shit! Duck shit! Walrus shit! Penguin shit! King penguin shit!
Let's
I
go
mean-
out there and sell those people a bunch of things that stupid people buy.
you know they're ready.
By the way,
You can get them on credit for it. They are ready.
they have
What? Think of pens that play songs or something.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
yeah.
fuck, just get down there with your booth and sell stupid shit because they are ready.
I'm finally gonna get in out of the red and freaky scenes.
Yeah.
Get,
I'm gonna get
that app down there. Hey, get a freaky scene bus
A-
and just pitch the shit out of it to those
a
goobers.
singing, dancing frog in a box. By the way, this has been attempted before, but they shot the guy.
Oh, let's not
That's
do
gonna
that.
happen.
Yeah,
They have
well,
signs up.
there's a flaw in that plan. It was one guy.
Yeah, they did get him.
All right,
Don't go one at a time. That's
we've got to
that's
take a
Don't go
break.
single file.
Got to take a break. Fucking hell, man. We'll be back.
Faction Talk. Sirius XM 103.
We are filthy, godforsaken animals.
We're Vikings of radio, man.
Jason. Ellis.
So the insane Clown Posse are, I think everybody listening to the show at this point is pretty familiar with their whole deal, right?
Bennett.
Yeah. What
And,
about him, Tully?
So aggressive.
They're insane and they're clowns,
Yep.
and they're a group of people.
And yeah, they're one of the best hip hop acts in history, and Bad Bennett here is their biggest fan.
Big,
Big Bennett.
Whatever.
Big Bennett.
Yeah,
Big
whatever.
Bad
Fine.
Bennett.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
That's
Crazy
just-
Bennett, I've been called.
Wow.
You don't say.
You never know what he's going to do, you guys.
Yeah, apparently.
And I guess one of the ICP guys has a daughter who
No,
is
somebody slept with one of them.
Yes.
Really?
To have the daughter, yeah. He had sex
Oh, I
with
see.
his-
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was like a thing where somebody had slept with ICP's kid, and that was a controversy.
No,
a
she's
la people.
definitely
No, he slept with
underage.
the
She-
ICP
he
guy
had sex
slept
with a
women.
lady, and
yeah,
no, I
of
understand
age
what you're
women
saying,
too,
Yeah,
and they made
So-
a baby.
Married actually.
Willingly.
Married,
Married
under the Lord,
no longer married, but
Divorced.
Divorced.
Divorced in the
Hail
eyes
Satan.
of Satan.
Big time divorce.
Hail Satan.
So her name is Ruby Bruce Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Yep.
Okay, the kid is.
Ruby Bruce Lee.
All
Yeah.
right, fucking whatever, man.
Yeah,
Isn't
I would expect.
what's his name? Macho Man. Isn't the dude that need Ben Askren in the head? His kid's name is Macho Man.
Macho
I plan
Man
on naming
Masvidal?
my.
Yeah, Masvidal, Macho Man Masvidal.
Really?
I plan on naming my child
He
Jackie
shouted out
Chan.
to his kids and said, "Shout out to Macho Man."
I did not know that.
You didn't catch that?
I did not catch
Anybody
that.
catch that?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, his son's name is Macho Man.
So the Ruby Bruce Lee, I just put it together in my head. The Lee at the end is not his last name.
What?
His name
It's
is
Bruce Lee's last
His
name.
name is Joseph Bruce. So he added the Lee at the end
To make it Bruce Lee.
to make it
Yeah.
Ruby Bruce Lee. Maybe it's his wife's name.
Yeah, maybe,
I just put it together in my head.
or maybe it's a Bruce Lee thing.
Maybe
Could be.
Likely the case.
You never know, though, Mark.
So
They are insane.
That's right.
this video that has quickly gone viral is called Snake Busters. I think it's actually called Snake Busters Volume 1, which leads me to believe that there may be more snake busting on the way, but it's not the sort of snake that you might be thinking. It's Violent J and his daughter calling out the snakes who sold her what they claim is an inferior product online. Now, you need to know that Ruby is a furry?
Yes.
Okay. Now, and I think furries can kind of mean two different...
How old is Ruby?
How old is she?
She's got to be preteens, 14, 12,
Okay.
12 to 14.
So she's
very
not...
old, not too
Preteen's
old.
not.
Did I get that right?
14. No,
Wow.
that would be before you are.
That's
Before you're in your
Yeah.
teens. That's
Okay.
right, yeah.
11 to 12.
Those are both preteen
That's
ages, right?
preteen, right?
Okay. So we tend to think of, because we all have dirty minds, we tend to think of furries as like a sexual fetish. This is
Yeah.
a lifestyle furry, somebody who just likes to live inside that costume
Yeah,
and
I
kind of
mean,
act like they...
Don't get me wrrong. She's probably going to get into some kinky shit.
Dude.
We can't really speculate on these things with a fucking
What?
child.
What the fuck?
Whoop, whoop.
What?
Come on,
That
Andrew.
was the most
What's up with the video?
poorly timed whoop whoop ever.
I was
I
drinking
know.
water.
Wait, the clowns are into...
No, that wasn't what made it poorly timed. Even if you hit it right on the nose.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so anyway, they put up this video. It's called Snake Busters Volume 1, and I think the audio will speak for itself.
I'm a juggalo furry.
And we're the Snake Busters. What are you looking at? My fresh mask? You clearly like it. I can hear your brain talking to itself about how cool my mask is. Because this mask was made with quality. This mask was well worth the little money my dad has. My dad likes to front that he's rich, but my mom says he's been broke since the 90s. I wasn't even alive when my dad was rich. But I think this mask was very much worth the little money my broke dad has. Mom says if my dad could rap better, he wouldn't be so broke.
All right, Rube. All right. They get it. That's tapped, all right? They understand that. But what we need to be talking about is that fresh mask. Because like you said, Rube, that mask was made with quality. You want to see a mask that was made with no quality?
Look at this crap. I can't believe I even wore that.
Tell them, Rube, educate these fools.
I recently got bit by a dang snake. I trusted it at first, but that was a bad mistake. I tried to pet it, I tried to make it my friend, but I shouldn't have done all that. Trusting that dang snake was an epic fail. Cause that thing bit me, and it bit me hard, right in my dad's pocketbook.
Ruby ordered what we thought was a
Can
full-fledged,
you pause it?
high-quality...
Does he talk like that
Yeah, he does.
in just general conversations to people?
Yeah. I
feel
caught
like-
him in the act once, and he was talking just like that.
And how unfit is he? Because he is the fattest skinny guy I've ever seen. Is anybody catching the really skinny arms and the huge stomach? Is he like beer? What is his diet? Like if he has a daughter, he needs to juice. He needs to take a big shit.
I've seen better acting in a fucking local car dealer.
Oh, is it acting? I mean, that's
No,
why
this
I
is
was
all real.
Yeah, I think he's just there.
From the streets.
Let's get it. I mean, he's up. Seems tough to talk like that.
So I guess Bennett, unless you're completely
Is he shitting on this mask? 'Cause that looks great.
Yeah, I to the extent that anybody is able to really know what lies behind the surface of ICP and their furry daughter, I think she legitimately felt like she got ripped off buying this furry costume, and so
From AliExpress.
and so they made this video to complain about it and let everybody else know that they shouldn't buy furry costumes from these people.
And it's his ex-wife too, right?
It's his ex-wife.
That's why he's saying he's broken it.
Yeah. She talks a lot of shit, it seems.
This is a very
Wait, she talks shit on him?
She calls him broke.
Oh,
There's no way he's not broke.
They're making bank.
They are making so much
The gathering's
money.
huge, right?
Oh, it's so big.
You love
There
it.
was like 5,000 people there.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
they
Sorry
made
to-
at least
sorry to pull the curtain back
$5,000
a
there.
little
Well,
bit.
5,000 people is still a lot of people.
No, yeah, there's a lot of people there.
Dude, my kid is never buying a $750 furry costume with money that I give them.
Why don't you just hit up your bank if you have a problem with a purchase?
Let's get to the video.
But in reality, what we got was full-fledged furry poop because OISK snaked us. They are snakes. We believe OISK actually stands for outrageously insane snaky crooks.
I know you're thinking
Got him.
crooks isn't spelled with a K. That's
He's so
wrong.
fat.
So is snaking my daughter right through my already weak and malnourished feeble pocketbook.
Let me show you how
Dude, his
these 6 snakes bit me.
arteries are
These
killing
snake
him.
salesmen.
Did you watch this and say this is funny, Bennett?
They're snakes.
Yeah, I mean, they make a lot of videos. Every year for the gathering, they put out an infomercial that's like 30 minutes to an hour long. And it's basically this. And it's really, you know, you have to be in the mood.
We should mention that we've never once seen her face. She's been yelling about these people who ripped her off online through a costume the entire
I think
time.
that's probably the best thing they've done is hide her. That's
Does
a
she
good
go to
move.
school like this?
No, you gotta leave her out of it.
2 lame purple eyes.
What the? So whack. Snakes.
Number 2.
Okay, they
On
figured
the
out
website,
they've
it
called
said
people
you
that
can
they don't
easily
like
see out the
snakes.
eyes and mouth.
Should I just
But
go
when it
snakes
came,
about
I
American
could
Airlines
barely
over and over again?
get a
Yes.
How much money did he have to put into this video bitching about getting ripped off in a furry suit and being broke?
I don't think very much, honestly. I think maybe
Look at that.
he did it in his garage.
Yeah.
He knows a guy.
Yeah, they may just have his garage permanently set up to do shit
Yeah.
like this when the spirit strikes.
Yeah.
Number 4. In the picture on
Yeah,
the
I mean, it just
website,
goes
the
out like
hands were
this.
sturdy
It's a
and
green
built
screen.
well.
Okay, let's stop.
All right.
All right, that is probably a little bit depressing, which is weird because I've always, enjoyed pooping on them a little bit, but yeah, that's pretty. It's so lame.
She's promoting her social media. So this is really just
God,
him.
he's so fucking fat and so skinny.
All that Fago.
It's so what is it when your belly goes real big and everything else doesn't? That's not just what I mean, because he doesn't have fat arms.
It's called Pac-Manning it.
Is it is it a tumor? Maybe he has a big tumor in there or something.
I think he just loves soda, loves alcohol, hates exercise.
You don't think they actually drink Faygo for breakfast, do you, Bennett?
Yeah.
I'd say lunch and dinner.
I think that they probably don't drink it for breakfast.
Do you
Lunch,
think that he eats hot-
maybe.
Do you think he has hot dogs for lunch and stuff?
Yeah, totally.
He does, huh?
And then he
Yeah,
has a
oh,
big
yeah.
goblet, like a blinged out goblet
I just
full of
always
Faygo
thought
for dinner.
when you got, you're a young guy and you're kind of fit because you're just a dude born a little bit fit. And
Yeah.
then, you get older and you don't do anything. You never really did anything. And then you pack on a little. There isn't a time where you lean over and go, man, I can barely get my shoes and go, all right, I got to do a little bit of a thing here. Especially if you're an entertainer. Is that Shag? Which one's that?
That's Violent J.
If Violent J is going to perform, can he jump up and down for an hour?
He does it
He
somehow.
looks
yeah.
really fucking out of shape. I'm not trying to shit on the guy. I'm
Maybe
saying,
that's his look.
I think he would lose credibility with the fans
thi-
if he
yeah.
actually all of a sudden was caught coming out of a gym or something.
Yeah, he's always been a fat guy, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
And he was
okay.
bigger, actually.
Oh.
He's actually looking a lot better than he has in recent years.
Oh,
Yeah.
If he was sick though, does ICP believe in modern medicine to treat stuff?
that's a legitimate
Wow,
question.
that's a really
It's
good question.
It's wow, and
you
you're
caught
saying
me off guard.
Wait, and he's saying it's. I thought he was going to catch it. It was an insult.
No,
You're
no.
saying that they might actually
Yeah.
contemplate just
Yeah.
putting a crystal in their butt and curing cancer.
He could be a Christian Christian scientist?
Easy.
I think
What?
it's I think it's more like he's like they'll
That's a real religion, right?
Yes, Christian Science.
No. But not that many people do that though. It's a little.
Aren't the Christian Scientists the ones who really hate science?
Yes.
Yeah. I think he believes in.
Like when you call a fat
That's
guy
like one
slim.
of that's one of the toughest days of the week. Like every Monday, you're like, oh, back on the proven science is bullshit
Yep.
thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor, Daryl, here we go. So what do we got today? What's on the list to prove
Boy,
once again?
these evil scientists never quit. They're just constantly
Right.
releasing
Now listen to
bogus
them.
studies.
Yeah, bogus study after bogus
When
study.
will this heathen government of
Yeah.
ours stop funding these heathens to the
The
tune of
Lord
hundreds of
spoke
millions
to
of
me
dollars?
this morning and said, just keep on going. Soon things will change.
Why do we live in a country that spends billions of dollars to pretend go to the moon?
It's blasphemy.
Penicillin doesn't work.
Just to glorify Satan. What do they even get from this?
Enlightenment.
All right. So insane.
So
then.
let me tell you something about Violent J that you don't see in that video, and that is a few months ago, he posted on all the ICP channels saying, everybody follow me on Instagram. And a lot of people did. They didn't, he hasn't had one. And non-stop furry photos. He's a furry too, in support of his daughter. He went to a furry convention with his daughter wearing an ICP, like it was like a furry mask, but it was the ICP paint colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's into it too.
I don't know. That just shows that he's like, maybe, can you go as far as the insane Clown Posse grew up and had kids, and now he's being a supportive. I mean, he's being a supportive dad.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I agree, but to what extent? Honest question: is that sincere, and to what extent is that we need to constantly be looking for ways to cut through all the other noise?
Yeah.
If she had all of a sudden become very, very, very obsessed with, baking, would he have been like, everybody, follow my Instagram, so he could post nonstop pictures of cookies to be supportive of his daughter? It doesn't have the same snap to it.
This one's a lot easier to
Man,
market
his
himself.
mask is sick.
Yeah, there it is. Look at that.
Like, his daughter's mask is a piece of shit compared to his.
Snakes.
Yes. How much money did his mask cost?
That's why he's broke.
Wait, so
His crippling furry addiction.
So when you go to furry stuff, you wear
that.
And if you got the budget, you're on fire with that stuff.
You can be whoever you want.
I feel like a lot of 9-year-old girls should be furries. It just kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what they want to be, is like, they just want to be like pound puppies.
I think a gathering festival forecast. It's going to be a lot more furries this year than there was last year.
Oh, it's going to...
Disgusting fur.
They're going to smell so bad.
I just want to know, I feel like this is like this weird stigma that comes with furries, but are furries boning each other? Is it like a bone zone furry thing?
There was a furry in my dorm when I was in college, and obviously because I was in dorm. And this guy was a freak. He wore a tail all the time. He wasn't fully furry every day, but I heard stories that he was going at it.
Like how?
Like that. Yes.
But that's just one person that you knew. You're not saying, you don't actually know the genre of fur. Because I don't know why, but whenever people started talking about, obviously the show catches weird stuff, and we talked about furries, and it seemed to be a thing where they boned each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought it was more of a thing of where they went through their lives dressing normally, and then it was like just like an S&M thing or whatever. It was something that you disclosed to a potential partner, and then maybe you did privately.
Yeah.
Because if the furry thing is part of your kink, there has to be a way to easily access your genitals and holes if you're gonna, get into it.
Yeah, you can't
right?
fuck without dicks.
I mean,
Like, what's the point of being into furry sex stuff if you have to take all of it off and then you're just a naked porking human?
Yeah, no, you leave a hole for the dick, dude.
Yeah,
right.
Seriously though,
We've
do they?
totally,
or is we just
oh my God,
assuming that?
we've watched
We see
videos
it. There it
before
is,
where
That's
people
it.
just cut the crotch out and they get blowjobs.
Yeah, but the furry the people when they have the furry meeting and they all meet with each other, they don't do a lot of the people that are walking around in furry trade shows have holes in their stuff to get fucked in the
They have
bathroom and
zippers
stuff?
and
I
Velcro.
assume
Do they or not?
I assume
I
it's a
really
bit-
have no idea. I would assume they don't, actually.
Well, I would assume it's a bit like the way Kevin describes Comic-Con, where a lot of the people are there and that's like a fun time for them, and then they take the shit off and go to the bar afterwards, and maybe 10% of them want to go all the way and go home and actually fuck in character.
Okay. But so the suits might, because I don't think, you know what I mean? Do they have, is it a known thing that some furries have flaps?
I think so, because there's a decent amount of furry porn out there, and I don't think it's all a joke.
And it's like a stereotype that we all
Like,
came
is there
to
a
the
furry that's
conclusion at
listening
different
that goes,
times.
one time they went to a furry convention and they met up with one furry and figured out that furry was a girl furry and you were a guy furry, and you went in the furry room and you both knew you had the flap thing, and they've been in a position where you furry fucked her and then you furry left.
How do you know that you're...
Does that happen?
I think so.
I think you want to think
so.
that, but I don't.
want to think it.
So do I.
to accept
I do
it.
too.
Nah, see,
and it sounds too good to be true.
it sounds way too good to be true.
Yeah.
At a certain point, like the vast majority of people, even who have casual sex, the other person needs to pass the smell test a little bit. You kind of do need to see them with the mask off
Might be a guy.
and have a conversation. So, it's not a fucking crazy criminal.
Yeah.
How do you know you're attracted to a furry?
They bend over.
Okay. You see some
Yeah, they
No,
present.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, you might like
the
their
flap
suit.
opens up.
You might like their suit, and then you're boning someone because of their suit, and it might be Shaggy Two Dicks.
No, but that's
What is
kind
it
of
like?
awesome.
Oh, it's a fox. I'm attracted to a fox.
Exactly.
Is
but
it kind
it's
of like?
Kevin's in
And
there.
I'm an otter, and I'm a otter that loves foxes.
But is it kind of like S&M, where like, I don't know, when you see somebody dressed up in all that weird leather stuff, I imagine the first time you see that has to do something to you. You can't just be like casually dismiss it your whole life, and then one time you try on a leather suit and you're like, oh, now I'm into that shit. Like I feel like you have to look at it and be like, oh, that's appealing. Like looking at all those pictures, not with like the dicks and pussies and
God
stuff.
damn it! Now I have to rent a fucking furry suit and fuck in it to see if I'm a furry.
I don't think so. I think
I do think damn it! How much are they?
$750.
Oh man.
yeah, you
If
should.
you
go
want a
with
shitty one.
My wife's gonna be freaking out when the horse comes out of the middle of nowhere and starts trying to bone her. Don't die.
The king of the afternoons isn't just on the radio.
They've been all around the world, and no one's ever told us how many M&Ms they can fit in their foreskin.
Stay informed and catch up on all the behind-the-scenes footage by following them on Instagram at Wolfmate, at Tullywood,
Oh yes!
Did I get it?
No.
at Kevin Kraft,